Hello, my good YouTube friends and family. It's good to see another day in the house of the Lord. um, yeah, I'm just happy to be here and share some of my testimony because I'm still living. Not that I went through something that was literally going to kill me, but it could have. So, as you all know from the videos I did do my egg retrieval a few weeks ago, a few weeks ago now. And as we know, that was all over the place. So, basically, what happened in a nutshell is the doctor told me I developed a severe ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, like the sixth case in the world because I got it before the trigger shot. So they say that usually doesn't happen, and I guess they weren't super sure about it, or I don't know. But I was telling them my symptoms ever since they started, like a few days before the trigger shot. But I developed ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, and oh my goodness, the severity of how I had it, I wouldn't wish that on nobody because it was terrible. So from the jump, I was doing everything as I was told. I gave all of my shots, took all my medicines, did everything as I was told. And maybe I feel like maybe about 4 days before my trigger shot, or 5 days, maybe 3 to 5 days. I don't remember exactly. That's when my symptoms started. I was very bloated, nauseated, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep because of my pain. I know one morning, maybe 2 nights before the trigger shot, and therefore I woke up in the middle of the night, or either couldn't sleep at all due to pain, like under my belly line and my ovary area. It was hurting so bad, y'all. Like, it was bad. And even the day before my trigger shot, when I had to go to the doctor to get my blood drawn, that was the night I really couldn't sleep. Like, I was up tossing, turning, and moaning, and my husband had work, and I was making so much noise, and I was hurting so bad. I went in the other room to sleep because I was hurting so bad. Like, I did not sleep, and I'm not a person to take pain medicine. For one, I'm a big baby. I can't swallow pills, barely. It has to be like super small, the size of a birth control pill, but I couldn't swallow pills. I didn't even think about taking pain medicine. I was just up all night, like literally moaning and crying in pain. And then I ended up getting nauseated. I couldn't really walk because the pain was so bad. So my husband ended up taking me to the doctor's appointment. And then the next day, or whenever, not the next day, 2 days after that, I went in for my egg retrieval, and my husband wanted me there. I couldn't drive, of course. When he took me to the appointment, any small bump, lump, curve that he drove on, it hurt so bad to my ovaries or my organs. I started swelling. It was just bad. Like I said, I didn't eat either. So anyways, time came for the procedure. Didn't do anything special. I didn't take any medicine before the procedure. Me and my husband went in early in the morning. They got me prepped. They literally saw the pain on my face when I walked in. They said, I guess they never give pain medicine before egg retrieval, but for me they did. I had the best anesthesiologist. I'm not sure if she was my anesthesia nurse or the CRNA, or I don't remember at all. I don't even remember her name, but she was awesome. Like, she cared for me so much. She saw my pain so bad that it was hurting. Like, I guess she ended up asking the doctor, could I get some pain medicine before the procedure? Because I told her I didn't take pain medicine, and I don't like pain medicine, and I can't swallow pills. But she gave me some IV Dilaudid or something, and that helped a whole lot. So I went from she asked me my pain level at first. I told her it was like a 9. I don't ever like to say 10 because 10 is like, to me, I always tell my patients, 10 is like you're getting hit by an 18-wheeler. And yeah, I felt really, really bad, but I didn't want to give it a 10, so I told her 9. She was like, well, I can tell it's a 10. You can just say 10. But I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just going to say 9. So she ended up giving me some pain medicine. I would say my pain level went from like a 9-ish, 10-ish to maybe like a 5, which still is bad, but it was bearable at that time. Went back for my procedure and came out super sleepy, asking dumb questions, y'all. I asked the doctor because he ended up asking me how I felt with my pain afterwards, and I told him it still hurted a little, but I was half asleep, half high, I don't know. And he told me they were going to end up keeping me at the hospital for ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. When I got to the hospital, like I said, in pre-op, I was already in pain, and not to mention they were actually scared to do the procedure. They were kind of nervous of it because my respiratory rate was so high, I was in so much pain, and my heart rate was high. I think it was like in the, I don't know, 110s, 120s. And when I came out of surgery, it was in the 120s, 130s. So they ended up keeping me for the symptoms of ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. However, the egg retrieval went good. They said they got 42 eggs, y'all. I was bloated because I had 42 eggs retrieved. Plus, they couldn't get all of them. And like I said, before the procedure, every time I went in for ultrasound and they did my ultrasounds, the doctor told me my ovaries were like the size of a baby's head, like literally on each side. Imagine a baby's head on each side. That's how big my ovaries got, which is why I was in so much pain even before my trigger shot, my Lupron. So back to where I was at. So I came out, he told me he took out 42 eggs, and because I was so bloated and had so much fluid on me, they had to do a vaginal like paracentesis where they took fluid out also. So they took out 75 milliliters of fluid, which is a good bit. And they said they couldn't even get all of my eggs, so 42 was a lot. Ended up staying the night at the hospital, and that was terrible because I still couldn't eat, still was in pain. My hospital stay I ended up going to the hospital twice. So my hospital stay the first time was about 5 days, and then the second time it was 2 days or 3 days, something like that. But yeah, so I ended up going to the hospital, y'all. I was so sad. And the fact of the matter is I went to the hospital during COVID, so I don't think I was thinking about it then, but as soon as they put me in an ambulance and I started going there, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to this infested place. Like, I'm about to be a patient. What if I get it now? It was already bad enough because I was in pain, couldn't breathe, couldn't walk, it was just bad. And then all my anxiety went up because I was in so much pain, and I was going to the hospital where there were so many COVID patients. They put me on like a cancer floor because that's where they had a room at. And thankfully they didn't take COVID patients on that floor, but still being in the hospital, it made me really nervous. But took me to the hospital. I was scared that I could have possibly gotten COVID. And then another bad part about it is you cannot have any visitors. So when they told me that, I was like truly devastated. Like, my husband couldn't stay the night with me. Nobody could come and visit me. So when I went to the hospital, my husband did come in and bring me my clothes and stuff. But other than that, he had to go. They let him slide by dropping off some stuff to me. But then they kicked him out. So that really sucked. It was, y'all, it was so depressing. So I'm in the hospital. I'm in pain. I can't eat. I'm nauseated. I can't breathe. My shortness of breath got really bad once I got in the hospital. So I'm going to save that for the next video. But I couldn't have any visitors. There's COVID all around. I didn't even plan on staying in the hospital after egg retrieval, but I kind of actually felt like before my procedure that something just wasn't right. I didn't think I would stay in the hospital necessarily, but I knew this wasn't normal. Because at first, the nurse kept saying, well, it's normal to have pain, you know, just because we're stimulating your ovaries. But come to find out, after I had that OHSS. No, that was not normal. And if I'm the sixth case in the world, and probably the worst out of the six to have it, then no, that was not normal. I can smile now, y'all, because I literally feel so much better. I'm back to normal. But yeah, I ended up having to go to the hospital. So that was just terrible. No visitors, COVID season, and I just felt a whole wreck. And I think by day 2 of my hospital stay, my bloating was like the worst I probably have ever seen for me. Or either it happened that day. I don't remember a lot from that day because I guess the drugs, but I remember enough to know a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to upload this video and I'm going to tell you all how my hospital stay went because I got sicker. And that was not a good feeling either. As you know, I got sicker because I already told you all I went to the hospital twice. When I left, I ended up going back. So, yeah. If y'all have any questions, just ask down below, and I'm going to do part 2 of the video because I don't want this video to be so long. But that's how my egg retrieval went. They did get 42 eggs out of me and 75 milliliters of fluid, and I was diagnosed with severe ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, number 6 in the world. And they're going to do some kind of research on it, but yeah. I just wanted to update you all, and part 2 coming soon, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Don't forget to subscribe, please. I have like almost 1,000 subscribers now, which is super exciting. Like, I didn't think I could reach that much people, so y'all please keep subscribing and supporting. The more subscribers I have, the better chance I have of reaching people and helping others. Also, that helps me just to know that I'm helping somebody else. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll do part 2 like right after this, okay? Talk to y'all later, and bye.